Alright, so we're back with an arc build that I've just been enjoying so much this season with the new arc changes, of course, that is pertaining to Bolt Charge, which you can get a multitude of ways. Accumulating stacks of Bolt Charge will allow you to eventually have this big explosion of lightning, which is just really fun and really strong. The build we are showcasing today is, of course, using Gifted Conviction, because Ascension also got some changes that we'll dig into in just a moment. But before we get started with the build, if you are new to the channel, make sure you consider subscribing. I do a Mobalytics link for most of these build videos so you can get right into using it, but if you'd like to stick around, I will explain how to best use this build as well as show some gameplay of it in action. So without further ado, let's get into it. So like I said, we're using Ascension purely because with Gifted Conviction, you have the Gift of Certainty. With the Gift of Certainty, when you activate Ascension, you're going to jolt nearby targets, and jolting with this on will also grant you damage resist. You can get up to ×4, which is a pretty hefty amount of damage resist. I think it's up to like 80% or so damage resist. It's really nice. And we are going to be jolting a couple of other ways. We can do it with our Ascension, and actually we're just jolting one other way, which is with Volt Shot. You can also jolt with Jolting Feedback. I mean, it's in the name. A couple of weapons, actually a lot of weapons, have either Jolting Feedback or Volt Shot, so it's very easy to obtain. That also includes Lodestar. Once you build up your Arc Alignment and Long Reload, you will also get Jolt from that Starlight Beam, which of course also it has a sick beat. For our Fragments and Aspects, you're going to have Flow State. While we are amplified, your dodge recharges more quickly, you are resilient while dodging, and your reload speed is greatly increased. And of course Ascension, so when we jump in the air, we can press our Airborne ability button, and we're going to just do this spinny thing and mess up anyone in a certain area around us. I have Storm Grenade on. Doesn't really matter what your grenade is, it's really just preference here, but Storm Grenade is really nice. Pulse Grenade is a good one as well. Really doesn't matter, but these are the two I would recommend the most. Combination Blow makes the most sense because when you do defeat targets with this, you will get your class ability back immediately. So if you're not amplified and you don't have your class ability, this is a way to get it back very quickly. And Marksman Dodge is nice, but you can have Gambler's Dodge on as well to kind of have this loop. Remember, the change with Ascension this season is that it will activate your dodge ability. So when you do Ascension, it will reload your equipped weapon. And no, this does not proc Bolt Shot. I wish it did, but that kind of be a little broken. For Fragments, of course, we have Spark of Resistance, so we get a little more resist there when we're surrounded. We have Spark of Frequency. Melee hits increase your equipped weapon's reload speed and stability for a short duration. And of course, the added bonus of being amplified will increase the amount of stacks of Bolt Charge gained from all sources, so you're just going to get Bolt Charge faster. Your Arc Grenade is going to jolt, so yeah, another way to get resist. Spark of Amplitude, so that rapidly defeating targets while you are amplified creates an orb of power. And Spark of Ions, defeating a jolted target or defeating a target with Bolt Charge creates an Ionic Trace, another way to get some ability energy if need be. Here are the armor mods. We have a couple of dynamos on because we're going to be using our class ability a ton near enemies, as well as an arc siphon for another way to make orbs. We have Harmonic Loader so that we can proc Volk Shot a little bit faster, bolstering detonation so that when we cause damage with a grenade, we're going to generate some class ability, as well as firepower for more orbs. Resist mods, do whatever you want here. You could throw a Charged Up on to get some extra armor charge if you see fit. I already have stacks on stacks as well here. Insulation, so that we get some class ability energy when we pick up an orb. And Recuperation, if you are in a higher end activity, is a pretty good idea, although it's not necessary. And Outreach to get our melee back a little bit faster, just in case we need that. Utility Kickstart for the same reason, to get more class ability energy, because that's the name of this build for the most part. And Powerful Attraction to suck up those orbs when we're using our class ability. And yeah, that's it for the build. You're gonna be essentially spamming your Ascension. You're always gonna have resist. And yeah, enjoy the gameplay, and let me know if you have any questions about the build, and I'll see you in the next one.